Welcome and thank you for joining us for the first episode of It's a Family Affair, the podcast that has families helping families, brought to you by the Mothers Union of St. George's Anglican Church here in the Cayman Islands. Today we are going to be starting a series of talks centered around building a strong family foundation. Before I go any further, let me introduce myself. My name is Karen, and I am the current branch president of the Mothers Union of St. George's Anglican Church. My co-host with me today is Debrica Rollins. And Debrica, tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. As Sister Karen said, I'm Debrica. I am also a member of the Mothers Union, here injecting a little youth in the group. I am a Sunday school teacher at St. George's. I volunteer with the Positive Intervention Now program. I wear many hats.
Thanks for that, Debrica. See, youth always bringing the read. Today's topic is the role of the family. So grab your family members, sit back and relax, because after all, it's a family affair.
It's a family affair.
Before we get into the role of the family, let us talk about some of the things that can weaken the family. Debrica, what sort of things do you think weakens and erodes families?
Oh my God, there are so many things. We can think of adverse childhood experiences, which are called ACEs. That includes domestic violence, substance abuse, unhealthy relationships, that is being in relationships for the wrong reasons, convenience, right? Mm-hmm. We know that families are so busy now, so there is not much time for families to bond. Teen pregnancies, being young and immature, toxic relationships, lack of self-awareness, lack of self-love, mental health issues, no vision for the future, and, incarceration. All of these things can weaken families.
Ooh, that is a mouthful. And, we know that our listeners, not everybody experiences these kinds of things, and it is quite regrettable that families do have to go through these things. But as with everything, there is always hope. And that is what we will be doing shortly. So, what is the role of the family? A family provides support so that when our children experience rejection, disappointment, and failure, the family can provide them with the acceptance and love and encouragement. A family also provides fun. There is value in laughter, places value on family time, and each member of the family is committed to the well-being of the other. There are no perfect families, none. Right now, there are parents who are questioning their parenting skills because their child has been sent home due to testing positive for COVID. This is a perfect situation where the family rallies together to offer support, encouragement, and love. If a child tests positive for COVID, the family should band together to offer support. Every family has their own unique situations.
That is so true, Sister Karen, and especially here in Cayman, where the family structure is, I would want to say, unique, because we have over 100 different nationalities, and that allows for blended families. We have cultures mixing. We have Caymanian fathers, Filipino mothers, Jamaican fathers, Caymanian mothers. In our schools, we have a mix of children from different backgrounds and cultures. And the teachers also are from different cultures. And everybody brings their own unique way of dealing with families, right? And so therefore it is important that in the home, the support structure is there, as children may become overwhelmed by all the differences and possibly culture shock around them.
Thanks for that very insightful observation, Debrica. So, faced with all of that, how then do families ensure that the foundations that they have are strong, or better yet, how do families strengthen their foundations? Don't go away. We will be right back with some guides to help you.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair.
Welcome back. So in order to build or strengthen already strong family foundations, here are some tips to help you along the way. Have special times with the family at least once per week. It can be just about anything, going for a walk, playing video games, having a meal together. The point of the exercise is for the family to give each other their undivided attention. Debrica, any tips you want to share with the families?
Yes, in addition to that, our children need, and I'll stress that again, need to see their parents loving each other. We need our children to see affection. We have to normalize showing affection in front of our children. I mean, we're not saying to get too amorous, but partners telling each other how much they care, showing each other how much they care, shows your child that they're in a loving space, and it shows children that this is what they should aim for when they plan to start their own families.
Fantastic insight. I couldn't have said it better myself. I don't think I've ever seen my own parents, hugging and kissing each other. Have you?
No, not even once. I can't remember seeing that at all, Sister Karen.
And with my own family, one of the things that I do, I always affirm with my own child, I love you, you are worthy, give him a hug. Because it's important for children to experience that kind of love. And one of the most important things you can do to build a strong family foundation is to pray regularly with your children and pray together as a family. How many of us remember the prayer of our youth, the bedtime prayer from our youth? You remember that, Sister Debrica?
Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep.
And the other one is gentle Jesus, meek and mild. So even those simple family prayers that you say, I am not a young person, and so I do remember that particular prayer that was taught to me as a child. In those prayers, ask the Lord for nourishment and enrichment of the family. Pray when you're about to eat a meal so that your children see you doing that.
But that also teaches them to not take things for granted. Be grateful.
Yes. And to show God how truly thankful we are for what He has provided.
Ooh, that was a lot. But we want to thank you for listening. And we hope that you will join us for our next podcast as we continue this series on building strong family foundations. Next week, we will focus on patterns for a healthy family life.
You can find our podcast on YouTube and Facebook, and we look forward to getting some feedback from you out there. Thank you. This has been A Family Affair.